in Karnataka continues to intensify. The High Court on Thursday stayed the Bommai government's decision to provide separate OBC categories for panchamasali Lingayats and the Vokkaligas communities, providing them reservations in government jobs and education. The Lingayat community is up in arms after the court ruling and blocked the national highway from Hubli to Haveri. They protested against the Chief Minister's, outside the Chief Minister's residence as well. And on Sunday, they are planning, in fact, coming Saturday, they are planning to launch an indefinite protest in Bengaluru. That is tomorrow onwards. The BJP is facing heat, not just from the opposition, but also from its own MLAs. Both the JDS and the Congress accuse the government of trying to fool the people of Karnataka in the name of reservation, while Lingayat leader and BJP MLA Basangowda Yatnal also hit out at the Bommai government for cheating this community. The quota push was a major political move ahead of the Karnataka elections. As the backlash continues, the legal tussle is not over. The question remains, can the BJP's quota plan pass the legal hurdles?
Panchamasali Lingayats protesting outside Karnataka Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai's residence in Shigaon. They are upping the ante after the High Court stayed the government's move to create two new categories of reservation for the Vokkaliga and Lingayat communities. Panchamasali Lingayats are a subcaste of the dominant Veerashaiva Lingayat community. For months now, they have been protesting and demanding inclusion in the 2A category of OBC reservation, which will entitle them to 15% quota in educational institutes and jobs. Under pressure, last month the Bommai government announced that it was introducing two new categories, 2C and 2D, to include Lingayats and Vokkaligas. The government decided to do away with the existing 3A and 3B categories, which Lingayats and Vokkaligas were a part of. The government had also planned to use quota under the EWS category for meeting reservation demands by Lingayat and Vokkaliga communities. All these decisions have been put on hold by the High Court.
Government of Karnataka had initiated, Honorable Chief Minister had initiated a lot of measures. How best we can address their concern? Judiciary has taken its own stand at present temporarily. We need to put across to the judiciary what was the justification. We need to discuss, debate, deliberate.
The opposition has accused the Bommai government of taking the Lingayats and Vokkaliga communities for a ride.
Unfortunately, the government is trying to play around with the feelings of people. Instead of giving clear-cut explanation and instead of giving clarity on the issue, they purposely kept it ambiguous, and so that because they want to please everybody and fool everybody.
ಇದು ಸರ್ಕಾರದ ದೋಖ ಇದು. ಈ ಸರ್ಕಾರದ ದೋಖದ ವ್ಯವಹಾರ ಇದು. ಇದು ಈ ಸಮಾಜದಲ್ಲಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಹಲವಾರು ಸಮಾಜಗಳಿಗೆ ಮೀಸಲಾತಿ ಹೆಸರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಹೂ ಮುಡಿಸ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೊರಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ನನ್ನ ಅಭಿಪ್ರಾಯ.
Lingayats make up for nearly 14% of Karnataka's population, with the state going to polls this year. Will the quota conflict backfire for the Bommai government?
What are the options before the government now? Ashok Gowda, BJP Karnataka spokesperson, joining me live. Advocate Punanna is Congress Karnataka spokesperson. Ramaswamy Mayappan is an advocate. G.B. Patil is secretary of Lingayat Mahasabha. Ashok Gowda, can the BJP, which draws the strength from the dominant Lingayat community, both current Chief Minister Mr. Bommai and former Chief Minister B.S. Yedurappa, they were the veterans seen from this community, both come from this community. Can the BJP really afford to antagonize them just before the crucial assembly election?
See, we are very clear about uplifting the social fabric of the Karnataka state. We believe in social engineering, and we are very clear about it. And whether it is Lingayats or Vokkaligas, which form the 18%, Lingayats form 18% of the Karnataka's population, Vokkaligas form 16% of the Karnataka's population, and we will deliver justice. But what has happened? In the High Court, one individual called Raghavendra CG has gone to the court, High Court of Karnataka, and appealed, saying that his caste will be affected because of this reservation.
Yes.
Whatever his considerations are there, that's a different
But Mr.
issue.
Gowda,
So the court has given an interim
there is
stay.
another question.
Let's
I was going through the court procedure. One question that was asked was, did the Karnataka government not present the interim report of the commission? So the question is that your own sincerity is being questioned here.
No, definitely not. The court, after listening to Raghavendra CG's petition, has given a interim stay, and it is stay still only till 30th of January. 30th of January, the court will hear this, and then the Karnataka government, Advocate General also will present the points, and probably the stay will be vacated on that day. Or whatever the court's actions will be, we will think about it and we can discuss about it. But instead of Jayamrutyunjaya Swamiji should also understand one individual has gone to the court, and the individuals we don't want to get into the intricacies of what the community of the individual is and other things.
Is the government's defense, the BJP's defense, something that the community is ready to believe?
You are asking me, ma'am?
Yes, Mr. Patil, please go ahead. GB
Yeah,
Patil.
we are not believing at all. Because, right. We are not believing at all. Nobody believes in Karnataka this government is going to give reservation for all these guys. Because first of all, it is anti-constitutional. And moreover, more than 50% reservation is not possible. And if it is to be done, and on what basis they are doing it? Because they have a legal department, they have a legal fraternity, they should have advised the government. Because this EWS cannot be divided, and
right.
It is not to be divided, it cannot be given as per constitution. As you know, every panelist knows about this, and whole Karnataka knows about this. It's all eyewash.
Yes. So then in that case, Mr. Gowda, before I bring in other panelists,
I am very sure.
Does that restrict
BJP
BJP government's
sure that this
options?
government is not going to withdraw.
How do you assuage the demands
Mariam,
of this subsect, which is Panchamasali, with the Lingayat? That is also is the big concern now. The agitation will only increase.
No. See, I think it is politically motivated somewhere, and people should understand and Panchamasalikas, the Lingayat part of the Lingayat, which form the dominant community within the Lingayat community,
protests,
also knows about it. The general public knows about it. But there are certain people who are trying to politicize the whole issue. I don't want to get into the names of who are politicizing.
Are they coming from within your party? Because there are leaders from within your party who are saying that the government should be worried about it. Mr. Bumai is on a sticky wicket right now.
This platform is formed without the brand name of any political party. There is Lakshmi Abbalkar, who is also from Congress, and there are a lot of leaders who is from Congress, and there are few leaders who from the JDS also.
Okay.
So that is not the part. Part is very different here. The part is they are not trying to have some kind of a patience with the court order which has issued interim stay only till 30th of January this month.
So you are essentially being seen. You are also being seen as someone who are engineering this anger, adding fuel to this anger of the community.
Definitely not.
Okay,
this
that's a question. This is a question to the Congress panelist. Yes.
Yes. Thank you.
You see, what we must understand is Karnataka has 32% reservation for other backward classes, OBCs, 18% reservation at 15 and 3% for the scheduled castes and the scheduled tribes respectively. So we are at the 50% threshold.
That's right.
Supreme Court has said time and again, you can't cross this barrier. We have the EWS quota, which is at 10%. So we are at 60%. Now this government has assured or recommended, I don't know what they've done, which is the power under which they have said so, about 4% increase to the scheduled tribes, 2% to the scheduled castes. Takes the reservation to 66%. You see, the whole thing is a fraud on the constitution. It is a fraud on the people of this state.
So it should not have been promised in the first place.
Impossible. It is impossible to give this kind of...
If it is not constitutionally possible, so did the BJP make a promise, understanding fully well that it will not pass the constitutional test, the judicial test?
That is exactly what I am saying. It is unimaginable.
Okay, Ashok Gowda.
That a lawfully elected
Okay, let's have Ashok Gowda and Mr. Punanna on the screen now.
Let me just finish.
Yes.
Now the second fraud that they have played on the people is, they say that they will they have drawn out 2 additional categories for the panchamasali, Vakkaligas and others, which they have named or they have categorized it as D and E. What is the percentage of reservation? They have not said. Where are they going to get this percentage of reservation? One minister says that he is going to draw it out of the EWS quota. Supreme Court has very categorically said if a community is entitled for reservation under the socially and educational backward classes, then EWS will not apply to them. Who are they trying to fool? I am telling you not as a person belonging to the Congress party, but as a lawyer, as a designated senior advocate, as a former advocate general, I want to tell you and tell the people that there could not have been a greater fraud on the people of Karnataka.
How is Mr. Ramaswamy Mayappan viewing this? Because he's a lawyer himself. Mr. Mayappan, are you of the opinion that the BJP has shot itself in the foot with the agitation going out of its hand? Or will they be able to manage it and emerge out of this unscathed just before the election?
See, to answer your question directly, the answer is no. I don't think the BJP shot itself, but I think the BJP has been a little less prepared because it did not expect for such an opposition to come right away through the court system. And why I say this is two things. One is in terms of how the legislation was framed about is within the pressure ends of a protest and in the ends of having only a commission report. So in terms of the framework that they came up with and what law review committees within the state had established and the framework of the entire Amendment Act in itself may have been rushed just because of that pressure. That is probably the reason why BJP is in trouble. But if you look at it in reality, this is not a new thing that's being asked for. The Okaligas and the Lingayats have been asking for reservation for a very long time. If we remember very clearly, it was asked for in the time of Rajiv Gandhi being the Prime Minister himself, and Rajiv Gandhi categorically denied. I remember that very clearly because the counter community in Tamil Nadu were granted reservation then, but the Okaligas and Lingayats were rejected the reservation at the very same point. But then if you look at it today, I understand the senior before me addressed that there can't be a cross reservation over EWS. There is no objection to that. But it's not that there can be vertical reservations over the same or horizontal within the permissible limits. That's where the BJP is looking at. And that's the reason the categorization and recategorizations happen with 3A and 3B to 2A, 2B, 2C. Okay. So that's the primary recategorization.
Do you think with this categorization, they would be able to keep up with the promise and also pass the judicial test?
They should be able to, but they will have to come out with the empirical data showing why there was a need for reservation and how are those communities to benefit and why this manner of reservation is appropriate. And they shouldn't be breaching other thresholds that's already been set up by the Supreme Court.
Okay, Mr. Punanna?
Yeah, so what he is saying, my friend is saying is that they should not breach the threshold set up by the Supreme Court, which is 50% plus the EWS 10%, which is 60%. So the promise to give additional reservation to the scheduled caste and the scheduled tribe is a sham. Now this additional reservation for the categories that they are now drawing out for panchamasalis and Okaligas is a total sham. When this is the well-settled position of law, and when constitutionally it is impermissible according to the Honorable Supreme Court, how can a state government make these kind of promises to the people?
Okay.
See, on the face of it, that is why I...
Go ahead. Mr. Mayappan, go ahead. Okay, we seem to be having some problem with that.
You see, there's one more thing that I want to add. Now, what they have done with the backward classes is that they have added 2 more categories. But they don't say what is the percentage of reservation that they're going to give to this category. How is it possible? And my friend says that they should have had empirical data. So you don't even know what is the percentage of reservation that you are going to provide for the panchamasalis, Okaligas and others in the category 2, D and C and D. And you want to say that you will provide reservation.
Okay. Mr. Patil, in the run-up, okay, Mr. Mayappan, you want to come in quickly? And then I'll go to Mr. G. Patil.
See, I think there are 2 issues that they'll have to look at. There is provisions within the law for reservation to go beyond the 50% plus the 10% in EWS. Tamil Nadu is one case in point. Today, Tamil Nadu stands at 69%. There are states with well over 50%.
No, Tamil Nadu.
There is a provision the president will have to grant their assent. That's one. 2 is independent of that. I think the empirical data is already available. The commission would not have produced its report without the empirical data. The only issue here is producing it before the court. That is only a matter of time, I think. That's the reason there is a status quo order and there's not a blanket order changing the position, and this well in advance before any academic or job-related issues come up.
Sir,
before the end
there
of
is no
the
position.
financial year.
What I'm saying is, whatever they are saying is not possible. It is not executable at all. How can the state government come to these kind of promises? So the question of a challenge before the court, what the court has said in terms of status quo order, is another issue altogether. Here we have a state government which is giving assurances after assurances to various communities to provide them reservation without having the legal competence to do so.
I want to get in, Mariam. I want to get in.
Okay, Mr. Gowda. Ashok Gowda, go ahead.
Mariam, shall I?
Yes, please, go ahead.
Hello.
Go ahead. We'll try and fix that line with Ashok Gowda. In the meanwhile, coming on this, Mr. Patil, in the run-up to the assembly elections in 2018, the Lingayats had launched an agitation demanding status as a separate religion. Have the Lingayats given up on that demand, or is it likely to resurface again just before elections? Or would you say that these agitations have become more of a negotiating tool more than the end objective in themselves?
Thank God you asked me the right question. In fact, this agitation is continued and we are not on the street. But whole Karnataka is behind this, separate religion, and we are working on that, and this is not been died. First of all, this government wanted to divert the attention of Lingayat reservation. They wanted to divert the attention from this separate religion. That is why they have started all this Jumla. It is absolutely Jumla, and it is just it's eyewash. They are not very serious about this. My other panelists very categorically rightly said that this is just impossible.
But Mr. Patil, why are all these demands and agitations happening just 3-4 months before the elections?
No, they just wanted to divide this Lingayat Dharma into Lingayat caste. They wanted to make it this separate issue because they wanted to take out this particular sect of panchamasali from the Lingayat Dharma and make them as a Hindus, and they are just giving them a chocolate. It is not impossible. As my learned other panelists said that it is anti-constitutional, which is impossible. As my other panelist was saying that as per Tamil Nadu is having Schedule 9. Are they going to change the constitution? Are they going to amend the constitution? They are going to bring one more amendment in the constitution. If that is the case, the state legislature has to pass this and then send it to central government, and they should change this, and according to Schedule 9 also it should be changed. And knowing all these things, they are simply eyewashing.
Okay.
It is just eyewash.
Okay, Mr. Gowda,
they wanted to divert the attention.
Lingayat community...
Only solution, ma'am, before concluding, no, I would like to take just a minute. This is the only solution is that the government has to give the minority status to the Lingayat religion, which is going to give 5% reservation to all, which now including panchamasalis and all other 100 castes in that Lingayat Dharma, which is the only solution which Mr. Bommai, if he is very serious about giving a reservation to the Lingayats, he can do this.
Okay, Ashok Gowda, you get the final word because the members of the Lingayat community, Mr. G.B. Patil, who represents them, is questioning your sincerity.
No, Maria, see, the point is G.B. Patil has not understood what Basavanna and Basva Tattvas were. Basva Tattvas never said that form a separate religion. He never said that, Basva Tattva. Basva Tattva, he is saying that he is making a fool out of everybody. He is saying that again in the Dharma of Lingayat, there are 100 castes. Who are you trying to say, sir? Sir, are you part of the Siddaramaya's cloud who is trying to divide the country into Arya, Dravida, Lingayat versus Veerashaiva, Vakkaligas? Within the Vakkaligas is trying to divide the community. Sir, who are you trying to fool? This is not right. This is not the country what we believe in. We believe in the nationality. We believe in all the Indians are one. And yes, there are social engineering issues and there are some certain classes of the society which have to be
see how it plays out, Mr. Gowda. Thank you so much for your time, G.V. Patil, Ramaswamy Mayappan and Advocate Ponanna. Up next, as the crisis in Joshimath continues, the state government has stepped up evacuation and demolition operations. There's a special report after a quick break. Stay with us.
Amit